What's going on, social media fam? Once again, it's the Keep in Mind show, Front Seat Talk with the beautiful Tori.
Hey, y'all.
And this discussion, brief discussion, is going to be about toxic friends, relatives, associates, and co-workers.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody probably can get in on this one.
Yeah,
At least everybody that's
relate.
adult.
Yeah.
Even the teenagers, because, everybody got somebody.
Toxic friends.
One toxic friend. Someone got more than one toxic friend.
Yep.
But the toxic friend sometimes know they toxic and sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Because sometimes a toxic friend might be a jealous friend.
That's true.
Jealous of something you got, something they don't have. If you're a dude, jealous of your girl, or a girl jealous of the dude, whatever. But my way, as I got older, I don't too much deal with. I try to weed toxic people out, but my way of kind of handling is just feed them with a long handle spoon or feed them with distance.
Yeah.
So how you handle it?
The same way. So a lot of times, because it's a close friend, especially if y'all been friends for years, they might not have started out as toxic. It probably was just like fun. Y'all doing stuff all the time. Then as you get older, you both start to grow, and maybe one person may be doing a little bit more. And then before you know it, they're always negative, or you catch them looking at you certain ways, or they're never uplifting. Or even if you may say you have like a small business that you're trying to develop online, they say on Facebook, they always comment and liking or ordering from other people, but they don't, even like or comment on your stuff. Or whenever you talk to them, it's always something negative. Or if you're talking to them about your significant other, it's always something negative and not trying to like give you advice or say,
especially that toxic friend, like women. Mm-hmm. Y'all have that toxic homegirl who ain't got no man.
Yep.
And
them be the ones with the most advice.
Yeah.
The most advice.
Single as hell, but trying to tell you
what to do. And I'm like, you might not be the one I need
exactly.
to be talking to.
Dudes do it too. You got dude, and dude might have a girl and he might slick want your girl. That's and true. Be trying to tell you, drop info on the girl, man. I think, it is what it is. But I
just stay away and I try to like limit how much I talk to them. I don't tell them a lot of stuff, or I may leave it kind of general and start to try to keep more of my intimate stuff or personal stuff, more to myself, or for close family members like my mom.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a fur cousin, or I might have like a guy friend like me and Rick. We talk about stuff because I know he gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
Like if you kind of talking to, you got a guy friend, but he's kind of like you, he probably may not tell you, or he might start, hey.
Yeah.
But I ain't never picked that up, so I'm probably gonna talk to him.
He's not a hater.
He gonna keep it 100. So I have somebody who I feel like impartial. They ain't hating. They just on their own stuff. So I just, like you said, feed them off a long handle spoon. Still have a good time with them, or just try to keep them kind of at a distance.
Then you have also the toxic friend may not be your toxic friend. It may be the second party, the third party, the toxic friend of your friend.
That's true.
Throwing salt. And then now with the relatives, it's a little different because you can't really avoid, especially your close relatives,
and
that
I
immediate
went through that
family.
Recently, yeah. It was like a little small situation, and I don't want to go into detail, but it was a situation that happened. It kind of shocked me because, your folks gonna say little stuff about you, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. But when you feel like you got a relationship with somebody who it's like you don't necessarily have to go say it to somebody else. You could just come straight to me. Yeah. Like, you and I, we joke, but if it's something that offend us, I think we cool enough to say, all right, I ain't like that.
Yeah.
It may be how you plan or whatever it is. I just don't care for that. And I thought that's where we were, but it turns out that we weren't. So it's like, what? Prayed about it. Try not to hold no grudges and basically just move on from it and keep you at a distance too. Because now I know you.
Now, what about the toxic co-workers? Like the people, they just like the relative. You gonna see them. You can be away from around them a certain many hours of the day, but then you're like, oh man, here we go.
Yeah. It's like almost as soon as you clock in, you ain't even at work a good 30 minutes, and here they come with something negative, or girl, what you up to? They notice the minute you get something new, or your purse, your hair, or you taking off, they want to know, or they sleep asking questions, or they always bringing back information. But what I started doing was putting people on the spot, because you know, I'm at work half the day. Right now, it's like remote because y'all know because of COVID. But it's like, okay, well, if she felt comfortable enough to say that to you about me, why was she so comfortable? What were you saying? Why was your spirit so inviting about somebody who was talking about me? So I'm like, you know, even if it's not their coworker, it's not my friend, it's like a way to keep them from coming to me with mess. Because now I'm starting to look at you and not the mess that you bringing me.
Yeah.
So it's like a way to indirectly let them know, stay out my face.
And the toxic coworker always seem to be a snitch and a telltale, right?
Yes.
They always be running back telling stuff. They act like they the damn the corporate manager, corporate CEO or something like.
Unofficial supervisor.
Yeah, they might have the same job title you got, so
sure do.
You got to watch them too. Yeah. But anyway, we ain't gonna hold you. Just little brief chop up, front seat talk with me and Tori. We recommend if y'all got some toxic friends, feeding with a Longhorn spoon, keep distance. The relatives gonna be a little different, but you kind of handle that a little more, with sensitivity,
yeah.
And the co-workers, don't lose your job, but sometimes you gotta let that toxic co-worker like, look, I ain't nothing to play with.
Yep, flip it back on them. That's what I started doing. Well, what did you say?
Yeah.
Like even if it was like a so-called friend of mine, like, okay, well, why would she say that to you about me? And she know that you and I are close. So what have you said to her about me?
Yeah.
So that started dying down real quick, and it was like years ago because I basically had the same friends I had for years, and
I think every job I ever had, I had that one toxic coworker that want to tell everything I'm doing. Be telling stuff I ain't even doing. I ain't even at the job. Like, man.
No, the ones that try to send you Facebook friend requests.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. And the far the relatives go. Of course, I ain't gonna bring no names up, but everybody got some relatives that be like, man, this.
I do.
Like, it is what it is, but we ain't gonna hold you up, man. We finna get out of here. Once again, it's Cool Mover, the Keep in Mind show, the beautiful Tori, and we wish everybody peace and prosperity, health and wellness, and have a good night, good evening, good day, afternoon, wherever you at, and we out.